Hola, 'tis I, Alycia. How are you? So today we're going to go through my Oracle deck collection. So this one's also going to be a long video. If you happen to watch the Tarot card collection 2021, I'll put a link up here so you can go check that out in case you're interested, but let's get into it. Southern Gothic Oracle, OMG, I love this deck. This is like I don't know if you'd have a soul deck collection or connection, but I do. I love this deck. I love it. Oops, it's got a little drawer here. Oh, I love this deck. Okay. This deck is like velvety and I just connect to it. I bought the add-on Haunts expansion. I mean, the art is beautiful. Look, this is a Haunts card, part of the expansion, right? Crimes of passion, dangerous urges, jealousy. I mean, I love this deck. Love, love, love this deck. Oh my gosh, it makes me want to like go move to the south and I just want to live this life. Oh, this is like, I know, and people are like, cicadas. Anyway, yeah, I totally want to live that life. But I love this deck. This is like one of my decks that I fell in love with so quickly. I bonded so quickly. Like, I am not exaggerating. I don't know. Maybe it's possessed. I don't know. I love it. Angels and Ancestors. This deck I do use in private readings quite a bit. It's weird. I've noticed with a lot of these oracle decks, I don't like the backs at all. They bother me. This one doesn't bother me so much. Some of the others I'll show you, they bother me. But I love the messages here. So it's like Guardian Angel, you're not alone. What do we have here? Direction Guardian, choose your path. Be brave and honest. Star Ancestor, follow the voice of your soul. So I like this deck. It is really good for my private reading. So for that, I enjoy it. Sacred Destiny Oracle. This is another deck I love for private readings. This one I do like the backs. So the backs are pretty cool. Let me get out that last card here. And I kind of like it. They remind me of Polaroids, you know? It's like, oh, this is voyage. Oh, this is openness. Oh, this is success. This one's amazing, isn't it? Healing chaos. So I do love this one just because I love the images. I kind of like, yeah, I love this deck. It's really great for my private readings. The Spirit Anima Oracle. Okay, this one. I love this one too for private readings. It has a nice little box here. It has a nice little book and all that jazz. But I mean, look at it. How cute. Spirit has a plan. You see clearly now. Stag Spirit, take the lead. How cute. Oh, it reminds me of my puppy. I know, it's weird. Okay, anyway. Snake Spirit, time to heal. So I love this deck. This is one of my favorites, especially with my private readings. I do love using that deck. Okay, this is a 2-for-1. Now, I don't know where I got this idea, somewhere on a blog. Don't know, can't credit, can't remember. But I had these two decks, and what did I do? I combined them. And this is the deck I use, which is a combination of both of these decks together. But what I did, I went through them and I put back, these are the cards that I don't need, that are almost like duplicates of meanings that I have in here. And so I put them away. I don't use these. And I just use this one. So it's a combination of both decks that I've put together to make my own essentially customized deck. So this is the deck I use with my private readings. I usually use these at the end of my readings as, you know, little final messages from Spirit. They're always accurate for me. I love, love, love these cards, and I love the imagery on these. So these are, I totally dig these way better than the tarot cards, if I'm being honest. But anyway, so that's what I did. I just combined the two decks, made my own deck. I love it and work with it all the time. Moonology. This is a deck that I usually have sitting behind me. I don't use it very often. Sometimes I feel the need. I like this deck. It's not one of my go-tos all the time, but I do like it. Sometimes I bring it into readings. Just depends on if I'm in the mood. But it's a neat deck. I do like it a lot. I like it a lot. Of course, everything I pick up's upside down. So it is a really cool deck. I like this one. I do use it from time to time, but it's not a daily deck for me like it used to be. But you never know. Maybe that'll change. Okay, this deck used to be, I believe, a Doreen Virtue deck. And I have on occasion used this deck for private readings. I don't always. And I think as part of it is because I don't really dig the artwork. It's very like Barbie artwork to me or something. I don't know. I've never had a good connection with this deck. I don't know. I was hoping I would. I just haven't. I don't know. Maybe it's just not my deck. I have to make my own Angel Answers kind of card deck or something because this one's just not doing it for me. Wisdom of the Oracle. This one I don't like the card backs at all. They bother me. I don't know. I'm not even sure why I got this deck, to be honest. I don't use it. I don't look at it. I don't reach for it. I'm not into it. I don't know why I have this deck. Seriously, I'm not quite sure why I bought it. There's probably like one card on there and I thought, oh my gosh, that's amazing. And the rest I'm like, meh, not so much. So I don't use this at all. Now this deck, I was using this one for a while, quite frequently. And I might pop it back into my readings. It's just got some like, neat messages that you need every once in a while. Wow, I just seem to pick the same template of those cards each time. It's kind of like you could say, oh, they just used a lot of similar templates and changed the language on it, which they did. But, occasionally this is a nice deck to put in there. Although I didn't realize how templated this deck was. Wow. Now that's going to bother me now that I've noticed that. Okay, anyway. Trust your vibes. I think this is this lady must have a lot of decks, or I have a lot of her decks. Again, I'm not a fan of the back of the decks. Not my art style. Not my yam. And I don't really like this. I don't reach for this deck at all. I don't know. It just bothers me too. I don't like the art. I can't. Dark Mirror I have and I will. This one I have used with true crime readings. So a lot of times I like it just for true crime readings. Beyond that, this is not a deck that I'm just like, oh yeah, let's whip this one out. So it's great for that. Excuse my camera for being naughty. It is great for true crime readings. Beyond that, it's not like a everyday reader, I'll say that. Spellcasting, I love this deck. Because look at the images. I mean, stop it. I hate the backs. But I love the images. It's almost like there's a disconnect. I don't know why the back isn't this. I don't know. Something else. But I love. These always make a way into my private readings. So I love, love, love. I mean, beautiful. Beautiful. But this, if I had the time for some deck mods, you know what? I'm not even putting that back. I love it. If I had some time for some deck mods, maybe I would go and change the backs, but I just don't. I need more time, or I need a clone. New Moon Intention cards. I don't think I ever use these. I've used them, but not very often. They're from Sage Goddess. I have my obsession with Sage Goddess. Silver gilding. These are cool to remember if you remember to pick on a new moon. Other than that, I don't find myself using it, and half the time I forget it's a new moon or something. I don't know. I'm living in my own world, but it's like say this card here. Oh, they all have the same back. Okay. I'm thinking of a different card deck. Anyway, Wealth of Protection, you have your intention, whatever. So you can pull it for your new moon and it gives you some suggestions. It's a beautiful deck. I don't use it. Like I said, I never remember when it's a new moon. I don't reach for this deck, but it's pretty. Vintage Wisdom Oracle, love it. I mean, it's just one word on these cards, but I do find that it comes into some of my readings, and I like it. I love these pictures. There's so much with these cards I just dig. And they have different colors and all that stuff, and, you know, I just like this deck. It's cute. It's Vintage Wisdom. There's one word things. A lot of times these do make it into my private readings because that's just nice little cards to bring in. I mean, oh, look it. Anyway, so I do dig this deck. Okay, another Sage Goddess Gemstone Oracle cards. I did use these quite a bit last year. I haven't used them so much this year. Oh, no wonder. I'm trying to open it backwards. This is good if you're looking for, hey, maybe what crystals should I be working with? And you go through and you pull one out and you're like, oh, yes, this one. It has all the picture of the crystal on the front, and then it's going to tell you on the back here, black tourmaline, root chakra, what it's great for. So that's great if you're looking for like, what crystal do I need? What should I work with? And you can work with the image on the card. You don't have to go out and necessarily get the crystal. But it's a great way to like also learn about crystals, which is sometimes some people, I will say, like, in those Judy Hall books, they'll have pictures of crystals and they're not legit ones, and it bothers me. But these are like legit pictures of the actual crystals, what they look like. So it's also good if you're looking to start growing your knowledge of crystals. Okay, so this deck, I do like it. It's a good one to have on hand if you're into that kind of stuff and looking to grow in your crystal knowledge. Archetype cards. All right, this one I've been using. I did this once in a past life reading on the channel. This has kind of got some cool cards in here, and I'm looking to do some more past life readings. I have another deck on the way, but I do like this. I think this is a really neat deck. It's very kind of specific to me, though. It's not like something I would be using in my daily reads, but I do dig it. It has a purpose. I like it. I mean, maybe the art's not my favorite. No comprendo with the art. I don't know. Oh, this comes from another deck. We'll get to that one. But anyway, I don't know. No comprendo with the art and the backs. I hate them, but I do like the deck and using it for its intended purpose for my readings of doing past life reading. Empowering questions. I use this in 2020. It's not so much that I use it ever now, but it's kind of a neat one if you're interested in getting one like this, because it's kind of nice for a journaling prompt, right? Like, what are my most important values? How are they reflected in my life and in my daily decisions? It's good for like reflecting on what's going on in your life, journaling, and using that as a part of like maybe your tarot cards, and then you pull these cards in with your daily reading. So it's an idea. It's just not something I'm using all the time now, but just thought I'd share that one. Spirit cats. Meow. Okay, so these I have not used in like forever. They're super cute though, aren't they? Oh, there you go. It's that way. Anyway, they're neat. They're neat little cards. I think it was like I like the art. I don't know really what these cards are about, to be honest. It's like, okay, vulnerability, warrior. Let's see what else we have. Soulmate, meditation, and then it's like, here, meditation, meet Chetney, and tells you a story. I don't know. I don't know. I probably need to donate this to some needy cat oracle person who needs that or something. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll use it, and the forecast is saying probably not. This is a deck I totally love. Now, when I do private readings and somebody's looking to make a specific connection to a loved one that's passed on, I usually incorporate this deck into it. So the back of the cards, they all look like this, right? I wish they probably didn't have the author's name on the back, but whatevs. But it's kind of cool because you can be like, okay, what message does my dad have for me? You can go shuffling your cards. They are kind of big to shuffle, and then you're like, okay, what is it? And then it's like, you've done everything you could. Isn't that nice? I like that. It's very nice messages. Tonight, look up at the stars and feel my love. I think they're nice cards for, wanting to communicate with your loved ones that have passed on. So that's one of my most favorite decks for doing that. Okay, Inner Guidance Oracle by Montserrat. I got this, I don't know, it's kind of like, it's not very well made, and I don't think I've really used this in a reading. I'm not into the art. Choice has always been yours, here now. Give thanks daily. Gratitude heals the hearts. Bring blessings to your life. I think I have used this in private readings, a few, not a lot. I don't know. I like the messages, but it's just, if I'm looking at it as terms of something, it doesn't enhance my readings. That's what I'd have to say. It doesn't enhance them. Lavish Earth. Love this deck. Again, this is for if you're into crystals, okay? It's like, you say like, okay, what crystal should I be working with? And, oh, boom, turquoise. And that's an actual piece of turquoise, not dyed halite. And you can learn about turquoise and what turquoise is going to bring to your life. So I love this deck for adding in crystal recommendations to what you should be bringing into your life. Okay, so that's a unique deck and pretty cool one at that. Spirit of the Animals Oracle. I like this deck. Not the best quality. I don't know if I got some knockoff deck and didn't know it. But I do use this one frequently in my private readings. Okay, so there's always these cute little animals, and they always have like the best little messages on that. So I do use these in private readings. I love the messages that come through with this. I wish it was slightly better quality, but beggars can't be choosers. It's a great little tool. This is a total knockoff deck that I got. Didn't know it at the time when I bought it. I don't know if this is even in print, like legit print, because it's Doreen Virtue. But I mean, the quality is crap, but it is really, camera, thank you very much. It is really great for past life readings. Greco-Roman, father, scribe or writer, so you get the gist. It's really great for the, past life readings. The quality, it's not great. This is like cheapo money grab by whoever's printing this, probably, China or something. But, until I can find something else, this is what we're going to work with. Of course, I'm going to include my True Crime and Conspiracy deck. Hello, lady. Of course, this is my deck I created. I love this deck. You've seen me. I have a video on working with this deck. This is what I use for my true crime readings. It's what I use for my conspiracy readings. This is a deck that I created because I couldn't find any decks that really helped me get to what I really wanted to get to. A lot of times I will split these up and make a pile for true crime and a pile for conspiracy, or if the topics seem to come together somehow in the news, which sometimes they totally do, then I mix the deck up. But it's playing card size, it's super big, there's no way you're going to shuffle this unless you have, like, I don't know, hands of a lumberjack or something. But I love this deck. It is something I use all the time, and if you don't have it, you might want to get it. It's in the shop. Find the link in the description box below. A Jane Austen tarot deck with only 53 cards? Yes, this is what I bought myself. I think I wrote on this deck as well. Yes, I did. I didn't read the book. I don't read books, but I'm not quite sure what I'm doing with this deck. Would you know this is preparation? I wouldn't even know it's preparation H. I don't know what the deal is. What is this? Stability with hats. 4. Okay, 4 of clubs. Stability. I don't know. It just. I think I probably should have read the book with this one. I like the images though. They're super cute. That's why I wrote on them though, because I didn't want to read the book. I kind of went through it quickly. It's not my jam, but I like the way the images are. It's kind of cool. It feels neat, but I don't use it all that often. Sad times. Yes, please, but I never find a time to use these. I probably should. Halloween Oracle, of course, and these are the backs where they're kind of goofy. They remind me of the Halloween Tarot deck I have that I never use, but I love these images, and I should use these more often, except, well, I don't know. They don't really seem to go. I wouldn't do these for client readings. That would be weird. Oh, every time. I mean, look, it looks like Lady Gaga, doesn't it? Kind of. You know it does. The Skull of Light, Illumination, Lady de los Muertos, Acceptance and Equality. I mean, these images are beyond. Love them. I should use this deck more often. Maybe I won't put this one away. I'm going to make myself use this deck. I will. I love this little deck. It is super cute. Okay, so this is by the Naked Heart Tarot author. It's kind of funny. It's a whole big old box for this little old deck. But I love this deck, right? Black edging, this beautiful little jewel hand-drawn, and then these images. I mean, these are really great for adding on to readings. I just love them, you know. It's just, you know, let your intuition go with whatever. You can, I think you can incorporate this with Lenormand. Some of these, I don't know what they mean. I have to look them up half the time because sometimes my intuition's like, grapes? What the hell? It's been a while since I've been into symbology or my English high school class, so I love this deck though. It's so pretty. It's well made. I just love it. Okay, let's finish with these last 3, the Lucy Cavendish decks. I got them because I totally dig the artwork. I had no idea that like people had issues with the artwork though. Whatever. I don't know. I guess they're thinking they're adults, but they're children, but I don't know. So this one is the Shapeshifters, Oracle of the Shapeshifters. Not a fan of the back of the cards. And the cardstock's kind of meh. So I don't think I've used this deck much at all. It's kind of like the cardstock bothers me, and I don't know. It's not one of those ones that's been calling to me. Maybe in the future it will. Then I have this one, Les Vampires. This one I have used. This one the cardstock's better. And I do kind of dig this one. Oh, my, nakedy. Call of the Night. So I do like this one a little bit better. I still haven't figured out how that's going to fit into my readings that much, but I like it, so it's not going anywhere. And lastly, Shadows and Light. And this is the other one I like. I do like this deck. You know, it's kind of cool. Voodoo and Blue, back off. Some of these, though, I'll get some of these cards, and I don't, like, that's the part of it. I like the artwork, but I don't connect with the message or whatever it is in here. Transition into spirit. Okay, I get that. Sewer Mermaid. Your sensuality is beautiful. I'm not quite sure about sewers and mermaids and sensuality all coming together in that dumpster fire of the Massacre of the English Language, but some of these I like. I don't know. It's probably one of these. This is a deck that I would probably have to cull and, you know, take out some of the cards that I'm just like, what the F? That I like. But you know what I'm saying. So I like the deck. I'm just not quite sure where it fits in, yeah, anyway. So again, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.